So hello everybody. If you're new here, my name's Keely and welcome to my channel. And if you've been here before, welcome back. So as you can tell by the title, today we're making a winery and a vineyard. So with the anticipation of the horse ranch pack coming out, I was super excited, and I'd also just got an eco lifestyle, even though that's kind of old news to everybody. I didn't have that pack, so I just recently got that pack, and it has the juice fizzing skill. So I actually made this in mind of my own personal save file, where I'm going to have them have like their own like wine, industry wine, like family business kind of rolling. So that's kind of where I started with this. Um, but yeah, so as you can tell by this point, we've already got the shell going. And this is going to be a long one. This video took me 5 hours.
That's really big.
So hello, who is this with me?
Marissa.
Okay, so everybody say hi to Marissa. Hi, Marissa.
Hello, everyone.
So Marissa's my girlfriend. She's stopping by with me for today's video. So she was my first subscriber, of course. And I told her about this video and she was like, "Oh, I want to watch this one when it comes out." But she's a very busy lady. And then I ended up filming it at her house while recording it. So she gets to watch it along with us. So
Woo!
but yeah. But yeah, so this was a big build because I wanted this to have not only their house,
Huge.
yeah, not only their house, but also the like wine making capabilities. Like this is also where they make the wine.
Do they do wine tasting there?
Yeah, and I also wanted there to be like a retail space where people could come and buy the wine and like taste the wine.
Is it a bed and breakfast too?
No, I would have had to have made it bigger for that. I did think about doing that, but technically in The Sims, you already can't have like a retail lot that your sim lives on. So if that makes any sense, like I could make this a residential lot and they could live there, but then they couldn't have this also as a retail shop and then like sell things. The only way they could do that is by having like a yard sale and having a specific table that they could sell stuff on. So theoretically you could do that. But instead as you'll see later in the video, I ended up making this a retail lot. So the sim will have to own another lot, but you can technically just have them never leave this lot and live there too. So those are your options. But yeah, so they make the wine, everything's done in-house. So, the family tradition part for my own personal save file. But yeah, I wanted this little, like, as you can see, all the little uh, things went away. Oh, and now it's down there. I wanted that little open space up at the top, like a little patio thing. So I had to add in another level because the roofing just wasn't working. It took me a really long time to figure the roofing out, as you can see.
It looks good.
I'm glad you like it. This was rough. I just kind of started throwing some stuff down and trying to
And
figure
it
out where to
looks like
go.
a church.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Like a,
Um,
or a church, like a bell tower, maybe.
yeah, you're
I
not
see where
wrong.
you're going with it.
Yeah, I want it to be kind of like French inspired.
Looks more Italian.
Or that works too.
Definitely European.
Yeah, yeah. So I didn't
Oh,
really
good job with
we'll see.
that.
I was struggling.
I liked the other piece.
Okay, well look, it gets better. I kept trying to make it work with this piece, and it just doesn't work. I thought I figured out what was wrong, and that's not what was wrong. So then I'll see how much longer it takes for me to figure it out. I think maybe then I started looking at roof pieces. I was like, okay, I don't like this. And then I was like, why didn't I just do that from the beginning?
There you go.
So I just did the same thing on the front too, because I wanted like a front porch as well. So like a little wraparound kind of deal. But yeah, I was much happier with that than the other piece.
Will this have vines on it in the end?
I thought about it, but I didn't want it to be overkill, so I didn't end up doing any. You have the option. You'll see me put them on there, and then I end up taking them off. As you can see, I tried like literally every door at this height to see which one I wanted.
And that's the front door.
Yes. Yeah, so I wanted there to be a front porch and a back like deck area. And I want to use more of those like
Archways.
yeah, the archways like I did on the top like patio space, like the bell tower, like she said.
Is that like an open window?
The door.
Oh, so it closes.
No, it's like an arch in your house without a door. It just
Well,
stays
what
open.
happens if it rains?
Well, Sims physics, it just stays on the other side. It doesn't actually go through. But you'll see, I ended up making this a patio and then like
No, it's a lot of fencing.
I thought that gave me like winery vibes. you know?
Have you ever been to a winery?
No.
Mm.
Decides to make winery. Has never
Mm.
been to
We'll
winery.
have to go to one.
But yeah, I had a hard time figuring out what fence I wanted on the front of this too. Because I was gonna do white details, but then I liked the darker fence around it. I
I
didn't
like that
I didn't
too.
want to do a white fence. But then I thought it looked kind of silly if I had a white fence and then a bigger outer black fence. So I was like, so I ended up going with a black fence on the outside. So now things
Mm.
are kind of starting to take shape a little bit, adding some more dormers and details.
Very nice.
Yeah, so there's my chimney that I fooled around with for a little bit. um, but yeah, added some trim, put something on the top of that tower so it looked less weird. It would have been nice. I bet you there's probably a bell with the My Wedding Stories pack, but I don't have that pack, so could be wrong. But that would have looked nice on top of the little bell tower, like kind of patio room. But
Mhm.
yeah, so I went with something else instead. So here I am trying to put some more like greenery. I wanted to use these windows too. You can see those windows on the left side. See, I put those plants on there, and then I was like, I ended up keeping the trellises though.
I like
Yeah,
those.
I liked the trellises. So,
They fit it very well.
hmm and since it's also like a business, but also a house, I wanted to have like a little entryway, little pavilion thing. So I ended up doing that too. So now everything's kind of starting to come together. And I wanted to add more plants, but then I thought this was kind of just overkill. So I put all these plants on the little dormer window things, and then I think I just got rid of all of them. Yeah, here I am putting some different ones. I had some hanging baskets from the top of there. I thought those looked nice. Kind of
Oh,
expanded out the porch there. All right, now we actually got a foundation going on here instead of just the plain stuff. And then this is the spot too where I finally started making the pond.
oh, that's a big pond.
Yeah, so I wanted there to be like a tasting area that like overlooked a pond.
Mm,
So that's where I was going with that.
fancy.
And then I used those like,
Did you put fish in there?
uh, yes, I did.
I didn't know you could do ponds like that.
hmm
Did we ever make one like that?
No. Mm-mm.
Is that new?
Um, not that new, no. It is a newer feature in the grand scheme of The Sims. It came with like whenever the Get Famous pack came out, they did an update that allowed you to do terrain editing. Before the Get Famous pack, there was no terrain editing. Before you just had to do like a game, like a pool, and like make it look like a pond. But
Mm.
now you can like raise the land and make it hilly or make it whatever you want. So yeah, so you can make ponds like that now that make it look more natural. And you'll see I'll spend like an hour just putting plants around the pond. An hour real time, not an hour in this video.
And dirt in the bottom of the
Yeah.
pond.
Um, well, the thing is, yeah, I probably could have done that. I didn't do that. You'll see. Yeah. Put in some pillars, a couple of columns. There's like a Sims aspiration. I think it's like the mansion one. And your sim wants to live in this like extra rich mansion. And the end of it, you have to have like 25 like columns or whatever in your house. Which like some houses don't use columns. So it's just like you just buy a bunch just to fulfill the aspiration. But in this house, I did use a lot. So
It's looking good.
yeah, I was liking how it was going at this point. Finished up the fence, and then saved the game, of course, in case it crashed, because that would have made me very sad. I also made this a wedding venue too.
I was wondering if you were going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Weddings or bridal showers, any of that would
Yeah.
work.
So I put down a couple of items I was thinking about using, that I want to come back to later, so I didn't forget about them. Because I had just gotten this pack, so all this stuff was kind of new to me from Eco Lifestyles, so didn't want to forget about any of it. So here we go, actually putting in the vineyard part of the winery. Um, Kind of expanding that out a little bit. So then that way you could, because when you make like do juice fizzing, or I assume how it's gonna work too with like Horse Ranch is that at this point Horse Ranch hasn't came out. Disclaimer. When the time this video posts, I'm sure Horse Ranch will already have been out for a while, but when I made this, it wasn't out. So, anyways, um, with juice fizzing, you like have to grow like your grapes or your whatever,
Mhm.
your raspberries, blueberries, whatever you're gonna like use it, and then you have to like put them in this machine that you'll see later in the video, and like wait for it to like ferment basically. So then here you could just like go out and like harvest your harvestables and then put them in there and make your stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. So instead of it just going down to like, because I made this in Henford on Bagley, which is with the cottage living pack, because I thought that it would look kind of nice out there, vineyard, French, Italian countryside, English countryside. I don't have Tartosa, so I don't really have like the more like Greek, that type of
Mm,
Italy type more feel. So yeah,
that's
so
really pretty.
yeah, so I wanted to put in like a little gardening space. So that table up there, the flower arranging table, you can like make flower arrangements. Um, so I thought that, if you're making all these different wines and stuff, you probably might want that too. So I used a lot of the items, like just floral items. I want like a nice little place to sit. I even put in a little bunny stump. So like with cottage living, the bunnies will spawn out of that little stump I placed back there. So you can have like wild bunnies on your lot.
Oh,
You can befriend them and give them little outfits and stuff and name them.
oh.
It's the saddest thing when they die. Absolutely the saddest thing. I definitely cried at least once. It's very sad. You
Mm,
get a message. It's like a bunny that was known in the household died. And you're like, oh gosh, that's heartbreaking.
that is heartbreaking.
But yeah. So here I am just adding some more plants, trying to liven it up a little bit.
It looks very lovely.
Oh
It's a lot of plants to water. I need to
yeah.
water my plants.
Well, I would I would assume that somebody you probably just pay a gardener to come to this, or like somebody this is like a family, affair at this point. Like somebody in the family is in charge of doing all the gardening. Okay, so then I put in this wedding arch and then I put in some more tables for like the tastings, and then I had this little wedding spot because I feel like sometimes people, this would be a pretty spot to get married, with the pond and everything like that. So
I would get married there.
yeah, so you could even just have it, home weddings. All the family weddings can be at this lot. Family tradition, the family wine business. But yeah, so here I am putting in a little wedding
Oh,
spot.
look at that.
Yeah, that fence was way too. I really like that fence from Eco Lifestyle, but it's just far too tall. I ended up just switching it to that, whatever you want to call that, the hedges. But yeah, I wanted the end of it to not be so sharp, so I had to like make room and then like delete the room to get it to look like that. So that's why I
Mm.
did all that nonsense. So here we go, the big old planting stuff. Added some more details, kind of like from the little garden area over there to kind of make it look more pretty. I placed so many plants on this lot.
There are a lot of plants.
Mm-hmm.
You should make like a white aisle.
Mm. I thought about putting little lights up there too, but I didn't end up doing that.
Oh,
I did that in my wedding venue. I don't think I did. I post a video of that. I don't know. That might be on the channel somewhere. But yeah, it was like a wedding barn venue. I think I did post a video of it. I'll link it in the video so you can watch it if you want.
did you say a joke yet?
I did not say a joke. Would you like to say the joke?
I don't know
You don't know a joke? I've used up almost all the jokes I know at this point
any.
without looking one up.
I'll think of one.
Joke loading. Joke loading, everybody. So I went in and spent all this time doing this terrain paint. I'm super happy with myself about it. And I did most of this build like one night until like 12 in the morning. And then I was like, all right, I need to go to sleep. So I was like, all right, it's whatever. I'll do the end of it tomorrow. And so I did all this. And thank goodness I saved the game. And thank goodness I saved this to my gallery unfinished because when I loaded it up the next day, all the terrain paint was gone. Like an hour's worth of terrain paint just gone. And I like panicked a little bit and I was like, it's okay. It's okay. Hopefully you save this to your gallery so you can just replace the whole lot. So I had to replace the whole lot, basically, because the terrain paint was just gone. So yeah, that was not my finest moment there. But it is what it is. So here we are adding some more outdoor lounge spaces around the lot for your Sims to enjoy their fine, juice fizzing experience as they come here, you know. So here we go, adding some more things. I was even gonna add like grape bushes and raspberry bushes and things like in the game, but because of the stupid like gardening bug, that especially James Turner and some other Sims, it's like some people have talked about, is it's so frustrating. I tried to place them, and it basically placed it, and then the grapes were just like floating in midair, and then it was just like the little dirt pile, and then they just fell to the ground. because I guess it wasn't in season or whatever and they weren't covered. So I thought, you know what, forget it. I'll just leave the vineyard empty so that you can put in whatever items you want because otherwise it would look kind of silly. So I wanted to add them in to make it look like, you had all these vines and, the grapes and stuff, but it just didn't work out because of the whole like seasons gardening, like glitch type of deal. So, yeah, that's how that went. So here we are adding in some more bushes. You have a joke?
Mhm.
All right, Marissa's got a joke for us, everybody.
All right. What goes up and down but does not move?
So the joke is what goes up and down but does not move. Think about that, and we will check back in with you in like 25 minutes and let you know what the answer is. Give or take. All right, so here we go. On to the pond. So here are my ideas with the pond. I thought about having it this like I wanted leaves in it, but I didn't want it to be like this pond scum color, so I ended up switching it. But here begins the very long process of adding
It's
bushes.
very
Swampy, yeah, I know.
swampy. uh,
Yeah. So you're not a fan of the swampy pond? You don't want a swampy pond?
no,
No, no swampy ponds for
there's
Marissa.
too many leaves in it.
Yeah, I wish they had a medium sweet.
You need
Oh,
lily pads in it.
I'll get to that. I wish there was a swatch in between this and like the plain water, so it was like not as overkill as this, but like bluish water with some leaves in it instead of just covering it. So I ended up switching it back to this. And here you go. Look, here's the lily pads. See?
Oh,
And here I am adding the animals and stuff. So I added fish at the front there, a crocodile, and swans and fireflies. And so in build mode, they're just like those little squares, but when you put it in like live mode or live mode, it actually like shows up and animates.
mm.
So here we go, adding some more landscaping to the front of the house. So many bushes, just so many bushes. You need like a full-time gardener or like just someone devoted to gardening at this place. Just because of the sheer magnitude of the bushes in addition to all of the, you know, wine growing stuff and the vineyard aspect of it. Okay, so here we're going back in with some more bushes, sizing some stuff down. There's a bee thing here too. What is it called? A bee box?
Zzz.
Bzzz. Yeah, the bzzz are in here too. And then your sim can get stung by bees.
Oh,
Yeah. You can collect honey too, make like honey cakes and stuff.
oh,
Hmm.
that's really cool.
Yeah. You know what? You might even be able to use honey to do the juice fizz thing. I'm not quite certain. So here we go, adding some more trellises. Oh boy. And some more dirt. Look, we're doing more dirt.
That helps it.
Yeah.
You definitely need that around in the farm.
To make it more realistic looking. So I went around and did dirt around all the bushes too to make it look like, it made sense. So it's really starting to take shape at this point. Excuse me. The outside has really come together, in my opinion. Obviously, the inside is absolutely disaster because there's nothing in there. But you know. So here we go with some more doors. I wanted to use these new doors from Eco Lifestyle, at least new to me, and I also put some lights around here at night so then your Sims could enjoy the area at night and it wouldn't be so dark.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Hmm. So I put them up there too by those hanging gardens.
I think a lot of people go to Winery. Is that right?
Yeah. All right, so now it's back to daytime and we are adjusting some windows. So this house, let me think about how many levels this house is. There's the main floor, there's the basement, there's the second floor, the third floor, and the fourth floor. So there's 5 floors in this build. So that's also why it took me so long. This is also like a 40 by 50 lot, I think. So it's not the biggest lot in the game, but it's significantly big. So here we are building the basement. This is where I wanted all the juice fizzing machines. And then when the horse ranch pack comes out, where you'd be able to add your winery, whatever they're calling the fruit stomping little bucket, whatever that is. Um, that thing, whatever that thing's gonna be. I wanted you to have space to do that down here too. So, as for like a wine cellar, I wanted it to be brick. I wanted to have a bunch of these juice fizzing machines so you could fill these suckers up, walk away, go do something else, come back, and you've got so much stuff waiting for you to sell. that way to really make it lucrative. I also looked for a bunch of barrels to kind of hide away in some alcoves. At least that was my opinion and my thoughts on this.
Mm.
So at first I started putting them all in the corner here, and I was gonna have this like the end of the hallway, but I don't know, it just didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. So you'll see, I kind of make some changes later. And it took me a really long time to find all these barrels because I just kept kind of searching through all the different clutter items because there's no, like, tag-based searching in The Sims 4, like, I feel like that would be very useful. Like, imagine if you could search for something and look up, like, I don't know, maybe barrel, for example. But the thing is none of these things are called barrels. They're called, like, other things. So, even if you use the search function, you're not gonna find them, and there's
Mm.
no tag-based thing to be like, or there's other just, like, clutter items that are called other things that unless you know the name of the item, like if you searched up stuffed animals, you're not gonna find Blarfy. You'd have to look up Blarfy to find it. You don't know what Blarfy is, do you, Marissa?
Who is that?
Blarfy? Okay, so Blarfy is like the original stuffed animal in The Sims 4.
Who named it that?
I don't know. You can change his
Oh.
name. The cat one is called Big Puds. Big Puds and I are tight. Whenever I build a kid's room, I almost always use Big Puds. Um, because why would I use Blarfy when I could have a cat, big giant plush animal? And
What does
it's
Blurfy look like?
um I use either Blarfy or Big Puds in this build somewhere in the kids' room. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure.
okay.
Later, yeah. If not, I'll show you. We'll look up Blarfy. Look up Blarfy and look up Big Puds. So Marissa's getting enlightened about Blarfy and Big Puds. There's a Calico swatch for Big Puds too. She really likes calico cats, so.
I love calico
hmm
cats.
She's always trying to bring another cat home too. I gotta be careful.
I was looking for them when I was going over to Target.
Oh, you looked for the mysterious kittens?
Mm.
Very nice.
I didn't see them though.
Oh, darn.
Just the food bowls.
Just the food bowls. I like cats too, but like you can't bring in every cat,
I'll take
otherwise
them all.
you wait, then you end up with like 35 cats.
I could find homes for them.
She already has 2 cats, context. And then they were not happy when she brought home a cat one time. Anyways, there's also candle making. So I put the candle making station down here. I imagine that maybe, you're selling some candles in your wine, maybe you're looking for other avenues to make money, instead of just that. So here I added some more like pump outs and stuff to fit these juice fizzing machines in better. Um, and I want to be nice and open, and then I left that middle space kind of, you'll see in a little bit, I'll put some like seating areas in there, but you could always just take out the seating areas and put in the little juice stomper, whatever it's called, that it's going to be in the ranch stuff pack, the horse ranch pack. So yeah, so I really liked the barrels too that had the like beverages, glass beverages bottles things from Cats and Dogs. So I threw those in there, put in some rugs from Eco Lifestyle because these are pretty new to me, so I want to use them. And tried to find some little just, sitting space down here. Threw in some stuff to make it more green.
I think it looks
You
nice.
like it?
Mm.
Yeah, I was happy with how it turned out. So, the whole family can come down here, use all the things they just harvested from their vineyard to make this week's, stuff to sell. I added some more little posters and wall decals. Again, I was looking for anything that kind of referenced like beverages or like family related or anything like that.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a thought. I threw in this fabricator too. And, like I said, I just got Eco Lifestyle. Maybe you decide to fabricate some furniture too. Not exactly, I don't know. You can always just delete it. I threw it in there because it was new. And then I thought, okay, I'm gonna make this a retail lot, so I need a like what you call it, a staff room, like a break room. So theoretically, you could just do it as a family thing too, and just make this as a house, like I was telling Marissa earlier, and just do a yard sale. So you could always just do that, but then the Sims are less likely to, do anything but come to that table, I guess. So I threw in this too if you didn't actually up keeping it a retail lot, and then you had employees that also helped you sell the wine. So threw in some stuff so they can have some quick meals and some little decor items.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's like the little staff. guest like little staff room. All right, so now we're back up to the main level. So the basement's pretty much done. So this room here is going to be like the wine tasting and selling area. So here you can come in and like kind of like a cafe type style. You can come in and purchase your wine, whatever, your stuff. And this is where you can come taste it. So I threw in some little ceiling fans because I thought those looked cool. And then I put in these fridges here because I would imagine, to keep the wine from going bad, you have to keep it in a fridge. So I threw those two fridges in there so you could keep it in there before putting it out to sell it on like a table, which you'll see I'll add out some surfaces so then you can place out whatever wine you're trying to sell or whatever item, if you decide to make this a cafe or whatever instead too. But yeah, so I threw in a couple more items I wanted to use on the walls for later and found a little sign I was looking for, some menus. We're going with the teal and blue and white theme, and I wanted a little fireplace in there. So I went with this tile. And then I just did like this, I use this swatch of stuff so much. Oh, I ended up switching it because I use it too often. Ah. But yeah, so I added in some more like little plants and stuff. And then, like I said, I'm going to add in some chairs and tables and stuff for your Sims to come in and sit down. Maybe they buy their wine. Maybe they enjoy it. Maybe your Sims are enjoying something. So theoretically, I could have also put in a vending machine. You could always go back in and add that.
I like the teal.
The teal, yeah, I'm a big fan. So put in some cute little rugs, and I wanted a little sitting space too. This could also be your little like reception area. If you had a wedding here, you could come in, bring your cake with you, put it on the counter over there, and get the party started. Whoop whoop. But yeah, so it's just some more clutter items kind of in blue. And then I added the door over there, which is actually going to be the entrance into the true house. So you have to walk through this area to kind of get to the house. And then here's some more patio furniture I threw in. I threw in a grill as well. And then because of the basement, I had to edit this back area of the pond a little bit. So fixed that up so it looked nice and finished up kind of decorating the walls.
Good job, babe. How fast forwarded is this?
This is 8 times the speed.
Wow.
I know. I scrolled through each of these items painstakingly.
Take a nap.
You're going to take a nap? So here are those surfaces I was talking about so you could put those bottles out to sell.
Where?
As you see, I'm putting in those shelves and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, so you could place them there and then, because like how retail works, you can place things like a surface and then you can like click the like for sale icon and then the Sims will only buy things that are designated with the for sale icon.
Oh.
So you could always make like a furniture store too and designate those items for sale.
Oh.
Or you can have like a clothing store and a bakery,
You have a lot of retail stores on there.
I don't. It's been a long time since I played with a retail store, to be honest. That's why I kind of also made this a retail store because it's been something I haven't done in a long time.
Could you make a pet store?
No, unfortunately. All right, so here's the actual house portion. So originally I put the bathroom in the back, but then this kind of messes things up when you turn the walls to like,
I was wondering where you were gonna put that.
oh, like the actual rest of the house.
And the bathroom and stuff.
Yeah, so the bathroom, there's a public bathroom on the basement level. So all the patrons will have to go down to the basement to use the bathroom. And then there's a bathroom on the first level for the house. So I liked how this looked, but then you'll see in a couple minutes, I realized that when you put the walls down, because like right now the walls are completely up. So when I normally play The Sims, I like to put the walls down to like the second icon where like it'll get rid of the ones that are like in the way, but then you won't be able to see the backsplash of the rest of the kitchen. You'll just see the back of the bathroom, which looks kind of silly, which I didn't like. So adding in some clutter, can't forget our trash can.
Oh.
And a plant, some decor and some paintings. And then the dining room is going to be in here as well. So there's a dining room, a kitchen, and a living room on the first level. It is a pretty small first level since the majority of the first level is like the like cafe area of the winery or like the tasting area, so more limited. So there's the problem is when you put the walls down, you just see the walls of the bathroom, which don't look so nice. So here's where I got rid of it, but then the kitchen was such a weird shape that I really did not like it. So I ended up changing it to this, which is still really weird, but slightly better, I guess. And then I added another shelf, like little side table over there to add some more items on. But this way, at least if you put the walls down, you would still see most of your kitchen. And then pieces of the kitchen wouldn't be in the way of the bathroom as much. Hopefully this bathroom's functional. I didn't actually test it. Uh, I think it would be with the shower there. Should be enough space, but yeah. So we're almost done with the first floor. Kind of, yeah. Apparently I was thinking long and hard about what I was going to do next for that pause. And the living room's going to be over there in that corner by those nice big windows. So I think it's highly unfortunate that you can't place items over there, like they won't be functional. So I thought about adding some plants over there since your Sims can't actually click on anything. But if I had plants or something, it would at least, fill up the space instead of having like that kind of empty space that you can't use because it's within the window. So I put that bookshelf there, but then that probably won't work. So I added some more books over there. So when your Sims are like, I can't use that item, you can just be like, that's okay. There's another bookshelf. So I put up some curtains instead. Too bad they weren't long enough, so I just kind of put them like that. So maybe they don't go all the way to the top. Some more pictures. I thought about doing that brick, but then I felt like it was just too dark, so I think I just did an accent wall. Alrighty, so now we're on to the second floor. And I wanted stairs up to this third level, but with the stairs, they just took up too much space. So we're just gonna put a ladder in. Because really all the third level is a way to get to the fourth level. But I did want that little teeny 1 by 7 patio over there to have a door, so we'll get back to that. So I was trying to figure out the layout for this, and it just wasn't the best shape because I already had that patio and I wasn't able to use that as a room. So that, that is my own situation there. But there's that ladder. So I wanted to maybe make this space instead like a kid's room and add just another ladder. So then that way there's a ladder to the next level because there just wasn't enough space for stairs without it looking kind of funky. Okay, so back to the layout again. Couldn't really move those too much without changing the window placement either. So I was kind of locked into this layout. So here is the main bedroom. I just copied the flooring from the rest of the house. I was pretty happy with it, so we just kept that going. Put in some curtains, we'll get a rug in there in a hot second. I was trying to match all the wood details together, and you know how hard that is if you play The Sims enough. There's so many different wood colors. It's like impossible unless you use things all from the same pack. And even when you use things all from the same pack, the swatches sometimes still don't match for whatever reason. So I thought the dark blue was kind of dark, but I went with it anyways. I thought, we can make it work. Okay, so almost done with the master. I wanted some different lights in there. Okay, so here we go again, adjusting this. There's our doors. Putting in a nice little fence so nobody falls. Okay, and then here is our master bathroom that's attached to the bedroom. So there's two bathrooms on this floor. There's a hall bathroom for everybody and then the master bathroom, which are actually right next to each other. You just can't access them without going into the master or going from the hallway. Okay, so yeah, here's the main bathroom. I put in the tub shower combo. In one of my other videos, I sung the praises of the tub shower combo. One of my favorites. Especially this nice sleek one from growing together. That was really a good opportunity for them to throw that in because up until then, the only tub shower combo was from Parenthood. And, I'd kind of already used most of the swatches that I had ever wanted to use from that tub. So I'm glad that there's another tub shower combo I can use without beating to death the same swatches from Parenthood. Okay, and then here we have our kids' room. Of course, we're using the bunk beds again. In my single family starter home video, I used I think I did put one in, but if not, we'll have to look it up later.
What was I supposed to look up?
Oh, well, you'll like big puds. Look up big puds. So big and then PUDS. It should come right up. Oh, and the room's purple too. You should like that.
I like purple.
Do
Mm.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, the kitty cat.
Isn't he so cute?
I like him.
Which were there's swatches too. Yeah, look up Calico big puds.
What about the other guy?
Oh, Blarfy. BLAR. Blargy. There you go. Yeah. See, he's like the teddy bear.
He comes in a lot of colors.
Yeah, well, some of those are modded versions too. Okay, so here we go. Oh, see, look, I put in the bunny rabbit one. It's purple.
Oh, I like that one too.
Oh, yeah, the bedroom's purple. See it? And there's the bunny plush. But yeah, I chose to do the bunny one because there's the bunnies outside.
Will these people have a baby?
Their hands are full.
Oh. And clearly.
Yeah, and then the nice thing about that crib is you can turn it from an infant bed to like a toddler bed. You can like modify it. Your sim can like get a big hammer and hit it and it'll just transform,
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, so I did the purple bedroom, so 2 kids could theoretically live in there, and then you could make it a teen room, and then you could have an infant or toddler in there as well. Since there's only 3 bedrooms, I wanted there to be more bedrooms. You'd think for a house this big there would be, but
It's the way you get the space set up.
yeah, based on the balconies and like the outside access and the way that the main floor is mainly not living space, and the way that the basement is an entire juice fizzing, production. So I ended up doing an open air office just kind of right as you open up to the stairs. So got our little desk in there with our laptop and all that kind of stuff in there. Bookshelf, all that jazz.
Did you put a safe in here?
I did not. I don't think there is like a small safe item unless it's in a pack I don't have.
You should put the big safe in it.
The big safe? Have you seen the big safe?
Yeah. And it's a business, so it needs something.
It's like the vault. It's called like the vault. Like literally it's called the vault. And there's like lasers and stuff. It's huge. It's bigger than that little sitting room.
I gotta find a spot for it.
See the little bunnies on the wall? Isn't it cute? So now I was just adding some skill items around, some decor, some paintings.
Decorating.
Thanks. Yeah, we're actually nearing the end of the video. There's only a minute left.
Oh, what about my joke?
What's the answer?
What was the question again?
Oh, baby.
Hold on a minute.
Loading. Joke loading.
Hopefully
you saved it. Did you save it?
What goes up and down but does not move? What do you think it is?
Well, I saw the answer, so.
What did you think it was before you saw the answer?
No idea.
Stairs. That's a good one.
Nice.
Unless if it's a escalator.
But it doesn't. It moves though. Escalators move.
Right.
So here's a little kids area I made as like the 3rd floor because I need an extra level. So I just put some like little games tables and dollhouse and stuff in there. And then there's some more stuff up there. So yeah, there's the tour. There's the house. Hopefully you enjoyed. This will be on the gallery. Just search Keely Cat 4. Thanks so much. See you in the next one.